stars of the new movie The Vow, Channing Tatum and Rachel McAdams, are with us now. What are you saying to each other then? You're watching that and you're going to what are you saying?
I don't know, it's hard to watch. You know, you're just watching yourself the whole time. You're just like, oh, God.
Was that a slight embarrassment? You seem to have that slight embarrassment of not looking.
Well, yeah.
When you see yourself like, you loved me once, and like that whole thing, so it's like, you know, it's a bit funny.
Well, you didn't go to acting school, did you?
No.
So is every time you learn by making the movies?
Yeah, I'm basically in acting class every day that I show up on set.
So what was it like doing this one? What did you learn in this film?
Michael Susi he's a writer-director, and he's very hard on me with my diction, because I mumble. I'm from the South in America, and you know, we just talk a little more loose and mumbly down there, and he was really hard on me and making sure that I said the words and finished them, and you know, I paid attention, you know, a little bit more than I do in some of my other parts.
Well, this is called The Vow, and it's out on the 10th of February, so it's going to be a perfect film for Valentine's Day. So Rachel, tell us the story, because it's based on a true story, isn't it?
It is, yeah, amazingly. It's about a couple who, in real life, I think they'd only been married for like 2 months. And our characters haven't been married long. Madly in love.
They were called the Carpenters, I think, weren't they? It was the
Kim and Cricket.
Yeah, Kim and Cricket Carpenter.
That's right.
And they had a crash in New Mexico.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the issue with them was, and he did go through this terribly emotional time of rehabilitating her mind, trying to teach her who she'd been and who she was and who she loved. Now, in their story, she didn't ever get the memory back, did she?
No, which I think that was quite intentional, and I think an interesting thing that Michael chose to do, because, you know, you expect that. You think, oh, you know, and you're waiting for it, you know, and you're waiting for that moment. And I think he because often people don't. If they say it's like a tape, if it's erased, it's erased. That's it. It doesn't come back. And so we were sort of exploring the idea, who are you if that's never going to come back? And will you find your way back onto the path you were already on before, you know, the accident?
Well, Paige has issues not only with forgetting Leo and thinking that she is actually still involved with an ex, but there's the separation from her family. She's estranged from her family and doesn't understand why. And there are other issues that she, in a way, it's probably a good thing that she might have forgotten about.
Right.
So it's much more complicated than just forgetting the relationship. It's forgetting the life.
Yeah. She's gone back just like 5 years back in time, and everything else is gone. So, and there's a lot of emotional, you know, responses that come with that, as you can imagine. You know, people are incredibly frustrated, become very depressed, and very withdrawn. So that was a difficult thing for us to kind of balance, was how withdrawn she became from him, and, you know, to start on this high note and then, you know, have to find a way back.
It was, you know, in the true story, they were so in love. You've been married for only a couple of years.
Yeah, I've been married about 2.5 years, but we didn't been together though for like about 7.5 though.
So did this make you think, you know, if this happened to me, how would I be as that husband? You know, could you teach somebody to fall in love with you again? How you would deal with it?
Yeah, I mean, that was part of when I got the script. First, you know, Leo just seemed so like a Buddha. Like, you know, he seemed like nothing ever was wrong. He was so positive. And, you know, Michael and I talked about it a lot and tried to put a little bit more frustration and you know, because it's odd, you know, she was the one that really got hurt, but he's sort of the victim in the thing. And it's as well, you know, and I don't know, I hope we balanced it, you know, pretty well. But she has a hard character to play. You know, it's sort of almost a very unlikable character, because she's so sort of, Leo just is like, please love me, and she's just like, I don't know who you are, and I, you know.
How does she deal with the ex? Because there's an ex-boyfriend who probably sees this as his chance, thinking, oh, this might be quite good. She doesn't remember the husband anymore.
Just slide right back in where we left off. Well, yeah, I think you know, she has to come to the conclusion that it's not about going back. It is still about going forward, but in an entirely new way again. So it's really about starting over.
You are a hopeless romantic, aren't you? And you've self-confessed hopeless romantic.
I love love, yeah.
You love love.
I love love. Yeah.
And tell me about this camping trip that you were on.
Oh yeah, yeah. This year we went camping up in Big Sur, and I got a serious case of food poisoning, and as I'm sort of in this like campsite, my wife was nice enough to walk me down to this public bathroom. I'm hovering over the porcelain god, and my wife comes running into the bathroom saying that there's a mountain lion outside and up on the ridge, and it's like looking right at her, and I'm like, no, there's not. And I go out there, and sure enough, there's a mountain lion, like right up on the ridge.
And you're feeling really bad.
I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't have any weapons. I'm just gonna projectile vomit on the thing. That was my only.
As good as anything.
Yeah. That's all I have.
People in the campsite say, well, I've never seen that before.
I wasn't expecting that.
So I'm like, okay, well, let's go try to get to our car, which is like 50 yards away. And my wife thinks it's like more safe to be hiding in my armpit. Like she's literally trying to get inside of my armpit. And so I start creeping out, and the thing's just staring at us, not moving until I realize it's a stump. It's not a.
It's a tree
It looked exactly like a mountain lion.
It's
a tree stump.
But you were very brave.
Yes.
That tree
Yes,
stump.
I was tough enough.
This is the first time the two of you have worked together, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how was that experience? What did you gain from working with each other?
I've been a fan of hers for a long time, so it was an honor for me.
Oh.
Yep.
For me too. It really was such a joy to come to work. I don't think I've had so much fun.
Yeah, we had a blast.
He makes everything fun, and yeah.
I presume you'd have to do a lot of laughing because the story is so tragic. I mean, you'd go home in tears every night otherwise, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, you kept us sane in a weirdly
In
insane
a weirdly
way.
insane way, yeah.
Walking through the set going, there's a lion! There's a lion!
Oh no, this is dumb.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming. It's lovely to see you both. The very best of luck. It is The Vow, and as we said, it's out on February the 10th, and it's great to see you both.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right, we're tackling sword